Well, hey there, blade fans. This old sword's with you. And what do we have in front of us? But yes, the old school Main Street full size came out a couple years ago, and wow, it has been popular, hasn't it? You can't talk to one Wharncliffe aficionado without them mentioning the Main Street and then the mini Main Street, I think it was called, or small Main Street. Funny thing is that, oh yeah, this was amongst the batch that was labeled Little Main Street when it was the full-size one. So, collector's item, right? It's a Kansept knife, and it is 154 cm. And you've probably seen this guy before, and I certainly have been one to have done a review. This one is in the kind of a carbon fiber laminate that isn't super popular amongst a lot of people. Anyway, what if the liner lock was turned into a Barlock, aka Axis, Benchmade? Look at this guy with this streaked lava G10 red and black, reminiscent of another knife I have that I'll show you for comparison in a minute, handle only comparison. And the good folks at Kansept sent this to me to take a look at and give you guys a peek and perhaps an early review. Look at that. It is a smooth operator. That Barlock is beautifully tuned. It's on bearings. It's just glassy smooth on the way out. We have a deep carry clip. Sorry to say it's only on the right side of the knife, but it's full deep carry. We've got the Dirk Pinkerton design, of course, where we have the interesting jimping on the corners of the liners and the corners of the blade. I'm going to bump open the exposure a little bit here, folks. Just a little dark. Got a dark handle knife on a dark surface, so we're going to see if we can brighten things up a little, and I think that's better. The jimping is effective, and Dirk has a name for it, and if he sees this review, I'm sure he'll chime in and tell us his name for that jimping, but you see it on just about all of his folders and perhaps a few of his fixed blades as well. Beautiful streaking through that G10. I'm calling it a lava G10. I think I'm correct on that, and not a Damascus G10, because I think there's a G-Mascus that is a layered colors of G10 that Hogue came out with years ago. And then there is the Damascus G10, which has all kinds of different direction swirls. And I think this is called a lava. So I'm going to stay with that. Beautiful thin handle, just like the original, except again, we've got that wonderful bar locking mechanism. It locks open just drum tight. There is zero movement. That's like a fixed blade when it's open. Feels great in the hand. And we're going to measure it up. Why not? We've got 8 inches overall. And we've got 3.4 on the blade length and about 3.25 on the cutting edge. And I've got a blade stock in millimeters, fairly thin, 3.1, or call that 0.12 in inches, and a handle, nice thin handle of 0.49. I'm going to reach over here and get the scale today without dropping it on the floor like I did last video. Close her up, and 4.6 ounces. Not bad, and I think we do have weight relieving on this knife. Yes, we do. Got 1, 2, 3 4 holes on one side, 4 main holes on the other side, and then kind of a cutout for the Barlock mechanism. Got a beautifully centered blade, X-Acto, right in the center of that barrel spacer. And it is a pretty darn good length, just a little bit of handle left over to cover that point. Got kind of a stone-washed blade, and we got kind of a stone-washed, kind of a distressed finish, if you will, clip on it. Black clip that should hide well in darker trousers or blue jeans, what have you. Got about 3/4 of an inch left over. I mean, in my medium-large hand, that's pretty good. I can stick my thumb here on the jimping, or I can lay it all the way out and let it go into that very nicely constructed swale there. Drops right in. So you can do your Filipino style grip, as we call it, or your push cut grip. It will hold point down edge in, although it feels a little awkward because you've got the curve in here for your fingers. If you hold it this way, feels a little more natural, although you got your cutting edge on the way out, if you're looking at this as a defensive style knife. So good size, pretty good weight, not ultra lightweight, medium-sized knife, 8 inches overall. And what else can we show you? Let's bring the original back out. And we should see an exact clone in terms of the profile. Looking at it, everything's the same, except, of course, there you're seeing the liner with the relief. No relief needed here because we're working with the Barlock. If we stand them up this way, and I don't know if we can. Yeah, we can. We can see that we've got pretty much the same thickness. See what we got in the handle, and I'm talking the handle, not the blade. 0.44, so a little slimmer here. Wondering if they needed a little bit of extra thickness for this locking mechanism. Could be. And we're feeling a little lighter here as well. While we're doing comparisons, let's see. Yeah, for just over 4 ounces. And what do we say on this one? 4.6? Yeah. So lighter knife on the liner lock and a little thinner handle. So that's interesting to note. I was telling you about this particular color, what I'm calling Lava G10. Well, how about this? There's the Enforcer from Off-Grid Knives. And we have that same material treated differently. Here it's smooth. Here it is heavily checkered. I'll call that checkering, kind of a diamond checkering, very grippy, very rough. But you see the same sort of lines going through here. Why can't I get that in focus? Let's back out, that's why. There we go. Same material, a little more red in this guy, a little more black in the Main Street. What else have we got? Let's compare it to, oh, by the way, does come in the usual Kansept pouch with a flap. Does come in the usual Kansept drawer-like sliding box. And here we have Griptilian for comparison. Got pretty much same length knife, slightly longer overall, and just ever so slightly fraction of an inch longer blade. Because we got a 3.4, I said there, we got a 3.5 on the Griptilian. Another look around. Smooth scales, but not shiny. They have a nice slickness to them. They have a certain, I would say, grippiness to them. How well they would do in wet environments, I'm not sure. 154 cm steel that has been black coated. So you should have good rust resistance. A number of people have reached out recently and said, you know, especially with their 1095 knives and D2 knives, that they find they're rusting. And it's not a surprise to me. If you're carrying it close to your body every day, particularly in moist environments, marine environments, or sweat, or even just general moisture in the pocket next to the body, whether you're a heavy sweater or not sweater as in SWEA, but wearing a sweater, that is. But really anybody that perspires, your knife is going to be subjected to the moisture. And all you really do is do the same thing we used to do with our blued guns every day, is just wipe them down, use a silicone cloth, a gun cloth of some sort. You can coat them with stuff that is a gun coating from Flitz that is great. It's a ceramic, liquid ceramic coating. I coat all my knives that are rustable with that. But we're kind of off topic with this because 154 is a pretty darn good steel as far as resisting rust goes. It's considered to be stainless. Not like D2, which is about 50% stainless, if there's such a thing. Again, deep carry clip, but they missed the left side. Maybe that's something they'll improve on in the future. And really great fidgety action. You'll be playing with this one, if you get one, all day long. Check the Amazon links I'm going to leave you. They were provided by Kansept, and that's where you can get this at the moment. Probably in the future, elsewhere as well. Don't forget to give this vid a like and subscribe. I'll be back with you soon. Be well.